Welcome to another edition of Around Town, where we focus in on the people and places that affect your community. I'm Larry Seaman, your host. Today, our guest is a special one, as always, here on Around Town. Our guest today is Jerry Valley, who is a renowned hypnotist all over the world, and he's also a local guy. So, Jerry, thank you for joining us again on Around Town.
It's always a pleasure, Larry.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started in hypnosis and why.
Well, many years ago, I think it was 1967 or 69, Sam Vaughn from Canada was playing Lawrence, the old Capri restaurant, and I was asked to go see his show. And I was very reluctant about it. I didn't believe in hypnosis.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that's a lot of baloney. You know, those people get paid to get up on stage and do this and that. And but reluctantly I went. 6 of us went. One of the girls in my group, who was a very, very quiet, almost an introvert, she got up and got hypnotized, and I saw this great transformation. Wow, I said, I know this person. And that's what convinces most people, you know, that hypnosis is real. And I got interested in it, and you remember Larry Glick?
Yep.
So Larry Glick was bringing in Harry Aarons. About a year or two later, he brought in Harry Aarons from New Jersey to run a weekend course in hypnosis. So I said, I'll take it.
Great.
So I did it.
You actually did some touring with Larry Glick.
Larry Glick and I were partners for about 3 years. We taught hypnosis, stage hypnosis, right?
Right.
And then I took off from there, and I started the stage show. I had been in small theater, you know, so I liked being on stage.
Right,
so I figured out, you know, this has been a nice part-time job. I could make some money with it and have some fun with it.
That's right. And you've met a lot of people in your tours.
I was on cruise ships for 10 years, and I did shows with Norm Crosby, Robert Vaughn, Phyllis Diller, the Platters, Jack Jones, many, many stars who would do their shows also, you know.
Right.
And it's interesting, Robert Vaughn came to my show, and he was so gracious. He would mingle with the people on the cruise ships.
Yeah.
And he came with his wife and his 16-year-old son and his 12-year-old daughter. And in the middle of the show, he calls me over and he says, Jerry, look at this. There's his 12-year-old daughter under hypnosis and performing the same thing that they're performing on stage. For example, if I made them musicians on stage, she's sitting there playing the drums or trombonist, and he just loved it.
Yeah.
So and he was gracious. We chummed out with him. You know, we hung around near the pool with him, and he'd give autographs and everything. And some of them didn't do that. You know, they'd stay in their cabins. But that was a good venue.
So what is it about hypnosis? What are the assets of hypnosis?
Well, first of all, hypnosis is actually good for you because 15 minutes of hypnosis is equal to sleeping about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So if a person goes into a stage show, an ethical stage show, which is runs about an hour and 15 minutes, they'll feel like they've slept 7 or 8 hours.
Is that right?
It's beneficial for you.
Great.
And everybody does it anyway. For example, people drive their cars down the highway.
Yep.
They start to daydream. And all of a sudden they realize, hey, I missed my exit.
Right.
That's road hypnosis. Now, consciously, your conscious mind is preoccupied with a thought, like I got to pick up the kids or go to the grocery store or something, while your subconscious mind, by rote memory, is driving the car. Right. See, hypnosis is not being unconscious or asleep. It's a state of internal concentration where your subconscious mind becomes very active. And that's what a hypnotist does. He talks to your subconscious mind. And everything you've ever done or ever experienced is in your subconscious mind throughout your whole life.
And hypnosis, of course, is practiced also in the legal fields as well as medical fields, right?
Doctors come to my office. I have an office in Methuen, as you know. I've had doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists come to my office for therapy, to learn hypnosis, how to relax and how to get rid of stress. And they send me clients too.
Right.
So they're pretty much into hypnosis, but they don't have time to practice it themselves. So they just as soon send the clients to me to work with them. My son Tommy and I do that at that office. And we help people stop smoking, weight control, even painless childbirth, stress reduction, attention deficit disorder for children, which is going very well. And I'll get back to the athletic field pretty soon, because that's what we're really going to talk about.
Okay.
And we do things like how to pass exams. We have plenty of people, from law students to police officers and firefighters, who want to pass exams to get promoted, and we show them how to do it, because a lot of people get uptight and they stress out when they're taking an exam. And we've learned that tension blocks memory.
Yeah.
So we teach them how to stay calm and relax, and that the whole key is to make taking an exam an opportunity, not a problem.
Right.
See, people who get stressed out see it as a problem. I'm afraid to take that exam. We make it an opportunity so they can't wait to take the exam.
So you get rid of all those blockades.
99% successful.
Very good.
And we do other things. We work with the police sometimes for, hit and run accidents, rape cases, and things like that.
Yeah.
It's vast. I mean, some people specialize in things, forensic hypnosis, for example. But we have a broad spectrum of the what we do.
Very good. And of course, you're not only a hypnotist, but you're into a number of things, including you've done a lot of movies, and you've also been behind the scenes in support of some movies.
Right. I got into movies with Jack Lemmon back in 1967. I was just an extra, you know.
Yeah.
But he was so wonderful. He spent a lot of time just talking to me. He graduated from Harvard, by the way. Was born and brought up in Newton. And since then, I've been in about 12 movies, about 9 of them just as an extra.
Right, right.
You know, no lines. But the last 3, as you know, we filmed locally. I had some great lines in the movies, what is called the principal part.
Uh-huh.
So I love being in the movies. I love being on stage because being a hypnotist on stage, it gives me the opportunity to do some acting, actually during the show. But getting back to the other thing that we do, improved athletics.
Ah, very good.
Now, we have something here that has never been done before.
Okay.
And this is it. I teamed up with a golf legend by the name of Bob Toski. This gentleman was the 1954 top PGA money winner.
Okay.
But then after that, he went into teaching. He's been teaching now for about 50 years. Of the top 50 golf instructors, he's rated 15th.
Is that right? That's
he is.
Great.
His name is Bob Toski. He's right here. And that's me. And we made a DVD that has never, ever been done before. A hypnotist has teamed up with a legend, Bob Toski, and made a DVD where I actually teach you self-hypnosis.
Right.
I teach you actually how to get into it while you're watching the screen. And then when you're in deep enough and more relaxed as much as possible, I simply have you open your eyes, and Bob Toski comes on the screen and gives you the golfing instructions. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's great. And this, of course, is the bracelet trigger to recall the great shots that we've implanted in your mind.
Right.
Because remember, your memory bank has both good shots and bad shots. What we want to do is suppress the bad shots and increase and recall and reframe the good shots. Reframing means thinking about the last great shot you made, if it's a putt, say, for example, and reframe that and pull that forward. Now, this is something very interesting. Here's what most golfers do. In fact, I used to golf with a foursome, and one of the guys was so emotional. See, everything is attached emotionally to the subconscious mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he hit a bad shot, he would take his club and throw it down the fairway. Yeah, really. So he attached strong emotion to a bad shot.
Yeah.
Guess what he did next time?
He did the same thing.
He hit another bad shot. So here's our theory. If you hit a bad shot, you know, we're not infallible. I mean, nobody is. Even Tiger Woods once in a while hits a bad shot.
Right.
If you had to hit a bad shot, develop instant amnesia. Okay?
Okay.
And instant amnesia means let it go. Don't attach any emotion to it at all. You hit a bad shot, let it go. Don't attach emotion to it. Now, the opposite is true. If you hit a great shot, attach tremendous emotion to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And this tremendous emotion will lock it and anchor it into your subconscious mind so that you can reproduce that over and over and over again.
But you still do other things in hypnosis still, right?
Well, yeah, what the office do. Sure, and I do stage shows in Las Vegas. In fact, we have a seminar coming up in June where we teach people how to become stage hypnotists.
Oh, good, good.
Right, and we also have a certification course if they want to become a hypnotherapist. Now, we're getting away from the word hypnotherapist because some of the medical profession is a little bit annoyed by that word. I am a National Guild of Hypnotists consulting hypnotist.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we do that. So we wear a couple of hats, you know. We're on stage, and because I love the stage because it's a lot of fun. I've done so many benefits in the Merrimack Valley area for St. Lucy's, St. Monica's, Sacred Heart Church, to raise money, and for nonprofit organizations like the Exchange Club, the Lions, and so forth. We raise, and for high schools, we raise money for them.
Right.
Fundraisers.
Sounds good. Thank you
It's
very
always
much.
a pleasure, Larry.
All right.
And anytime you want me back on, just give me a call.
You got it. Thanks.